Good morning, everyone, or good evening. No, I don't know where you are, but I am in Belgium right now, and I'm at my favorite spot. And people that are following me and watching my videos, they know exactly where that is. So I'm in the polders, not far from where my oldest daughter lives, and I expect that it is going to rain again today. So I'm just taking the opportunity to be in nature for a little bit and talk to you guys. I just realized how doing laundry, folding my laundry, saved my life. And I'm going to explain to you guys how that really works. And I just realized that it's very interesting. So, in the time that we live in, a lot of people are just running around like crazy people. There's anxiety, there is stress, depression, all kind of mental issues that are really very intrusive. They are debilitating. When you are in the fight or flight mode, there's not so much good coming from that. The only thing you can do is be on automatic pilot and just, as a robot, do whatever you are programmed to do. But if you want to get out of that, you need to do some stuff. And maybe I should say better, there is less, you should do less. And so imagine that you would fight against the law of gravity your whole life. Let's say you really, every day you get up in the morning and the only thing you want to do is fight the law of gravity. You want to keep something up and it falls down all the time. And whatever you do is the only thing in your mind is, I want to keep that up. And it doesn't stay up because there's a law of gravity and it's not going to happen. And I'm always intrigued by the idea that people don't realize that there are other laws that are as potent, as real as the law of gravity. And let's talk about the law of vibration, for example. And the law of vibration says that the way you are, that is what you attract. So everything is energy. Nothing is resting. There's always vibration. So you vibrate on a certain level. And you vibrate on that level that your thoughts and your actions and your feelings are dictating. So if you are constantly in a fight or flight mode, then what's going to happen is you will attract more disasters in your life, more negativity, more doom stories. It becomes like the self-fulfilling prophecies. Like you're thinking, oh my God, this is gonna go bad. It's like your whole head is spinning, you're in fight or flight, everything's going wrong. And the law of attraction dictates, same way as the law of gravity says everything that goes up has to come down. The law of vibration says whatever the state that you're vibrating in is, whatever state you're vibrating in, that is exactly what you are going to attract, the same things. So why are we always trying to fight the law of vibration? Because it's not going to change. We cannot change the law of vibration. It's not gonna happen. Just the same way that that you cannot change the law of gravity. I think it's always funny when I say that to people, they look at me like she's crazy. But I said that already when I was in, what was it, like 11th grade? And I got kicked out of the classroom for saying something about the law of gravity in that way, and the law of attraction, and how the moon and the sun, and it was in geography, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but it had to do with this. And the teacher didn't know what to do with me, so he kicked me out. Okay, it's fine. But I'm always amazed that people try to really go against the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. And of course we can defy gravity. We invented planes, so we can absolutely also work with the law of vibration to our benefit. And that is exactly what I want to talk to you about. It is going to rain, you guys. Oh my God. So I'm going to start walking. I thought I was going to, look how pretty. Look, isn't it gorgeous here? But now it starts raining, so it's not so cool. So let me go back. Let me just go and explain then to you what I meant with that my folding laundry saved my life. Because you see, when I was younger, I had a corporate job, very normal. I did pretty well, and I also raised 5 children in the meantime. And so I had a very busy job and a lot of responsibility, and also raising my kids. And there were five kids, like 4 girls and 1 boy. And because of that, I also had a lot of laundry. And at the time, I really hated it. I hated that I had to waste time in my little bit short-sighted mind, that I had to waste time folding laundry and really like having to take time out of my life that I thought I was going to be productive, and now I had to sit there and iron my clothing and the kids' clothing and folding and doing laundry. It took hours every week. But now I realize that, you know, because I hated it, one time I spoke to one of my spiritual teachers, and he says, why don't you hate it? Why do you hate it? Why don't you just make a conscious decision that in that moment, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to choose yourself. Because if you think you hate it and you have to do it, then you're a slave of it. So why don't you just change that tone, and you're going to say, okay, whenever I have to do laundry, I take charge. I am choosing now, in this moment, to do the laundry, and it's going to become a much more powerful situation. At that time, I did that, and it helped. So I could get myself like just accepting that I had to do the laundry, sit there, and just put on some music, and go through it, and have a good time. But now, so many years, 30 years later, I realized that it saved my life. You know why? Because by doing so, I got myself into another vibration. I elevated my vibration by sitting there, contemplating on my life, listening to some inspirational music or a podcast or whatever we had. I had those tapes, those cassette tapes that I was listening to at the time. And so in those moments, I raised my vibration and I calmed down. I didn't realize it at the time, but that's exactly what I was doing. And so that made my life much more smooth. And so even though I did raise my kids while having a more than 9-to-5 job, way more hours than that, I always, or most of the time, I kept my cool. And that was because I had so many hours during the week that I was raising my vibration. And I attracted some flow and ease in my life that way. So now, so many years later, I'm teaching women to raise their vibration and to listen to whatever. But you see, you can do it in the daily stuff, in the daily tasks, gardening, cooking, cleaning, ironing. I don't even know how to say that word in English properly. And specifically now that I speak a lot of Dutch again by being in my home country, it's a challenge, but it's okay. So all the things that you do that don't even ask for a lot of active thinking, that doesn't mean that you cannot have your thoughts flowing to and through you when you close off the chatter, like the chatter, everything that's like tick, 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 you have to do this, you have to do that, this is waiting for you. Go in the zone, cook some food, clean out some cabinets, listen to some inspirational whatever, put some music on, some good vibes. Don't listen to this like very intense music that's like working on your nerve system. But so what I also want to say with this is that you don't have to go outside of what is normal life to go into a flow state. Meaning, in our society, we have this tendency now to say, you have to go to do yoga, you have to go and meditate, you have to do some sports, go to the gym, go and run. Because that's another thing, another to-do thing on your list. For me, that gives me more stress. If I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go and take a plunge in cold water. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you enjoy, it's fine. But if you don't enjoy it, there are other ways to get into a flow state so that you can come in contact with who you really are. And you don't have to go somewhere to get to that state, because that state is always in you. You just have to become quiet. And so, again, the daily routine stuff is perfect for this. Okay, now we're coming back closer to the homes. There's the bus. So what I'm saying is, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it, and it doesn't have to become another chore or another burden. It can just be making the conscious decision to enjoy cleaning your house and really making it into you getting yourself into a high vibration. And then while you're cleaning your house, things get solved through infinite power by itself. You don't have to grind that much. I'm not saying not to work. Don't twist my words. I'm not saying you don't have to do the work. But there's a difference between doing the work in the flow or doing the work against the flow. So my message is always use the laws of the universe as like a wind in the sails to make you go faster, instead of using it against you and trying always to beat the laws of the universe. Use them to help you. Don't try to fight them. So that's my message for today. Let me know. Also, I'm starting my new course in December. To say hi to the guy in December, on how the laws of the universe can help you. If you don't know them and you don't know how to use them in your benefit, then it's not so much that can happen. So knowledge is power on this level. Not saying that knowledge is the only power, but knowledge helps. So in order to really live the life that you want, you need to know the laws of the universe and the rules of the mind, because that is extremely helpful. So if you want to know more about that, just comment below, reach out to me, email me, and that's it. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, you guys. Bye bye.